What's going on, everybody? Fallen Foe back again, and today we are going to be taking a look at some of the titans of wireless gaming mice. So the three mice that we're going to be taking a look at is going to be the Logitech GPRO, the Razer Viper Ultimate, and the glorious Model O Wireless. I've owned these mice for about 6 months now, so I've been using each and one of them every single day, so here's my take on all three of them. So first up, we have the glorious Model O Wireless, and as you can see, this has a very unique honeycomb design where they have actually punched holes into the body of the mouse to take down the weight all the way down to 69 grams. As for size, the front of the mouse is going to come in at 61 millimeters long, and the rear at 66, being a little bit wider towards the back, 37.5 millimeters tall, and 128 millimeters long. Out of all of these mice, being completely honest, this is my favorite mouse to game on. For some reason, I hit my shots a little bit better. This could just be user error because I suck on the other two mice. But this mouse, the way that the thumb buttons just line up with my thumb and how light it is, I've always gone back to it time and time again for my gaming mouse. I do play claw and palm, and I do have a rather larger hand, but with this mouse I've always felt like I've always had the most control over any game that I'm playing, whether that be a FPS or an open world game. Time and time again I've gone back to this mouse. It's always treated me good. The only issue that I really do have with this mouse is the battery life. The battery life advertised on the website is 71 hours, but that would be at 0 RGB. If you have the RGB at 100%, it's lasted me about 4 to 5 hours. At 50%, about 10 hours. And then turning it off, it has lasted me a couple of days, but with no lights, it defeats this mouse. And speaking of RGB, this mouse out of the other three is the best in my opinion. The lighting zones, the way that it's diffused is just so beautiful. Inside the glorious core, you can adjust the DPI staging, the polling rate, the debounce time, as well as all the RGB. I continuously find myself going back to this mouse time and time again, so I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. Next up, let's dive into the Razer Viper Ultimate. Man, this is a good looking mouse. The Razer Viper Ultimate comes in weighing at 74 grams, which is 5 grams heavier than the Model O Wireless, but not noticeable in my opinion. This mouse packs a bunch of different features with 8 programmable buttons, 5 onboard memory profiles, and 70 hours of battery life. This is great if you are a left hand or a right hand player because there are side buttons on both sides of the mouse. The Viper Ultimate measures in at 128 millimeters long by 57.6 millimeters wide and 37.8 millimeters tall. One of the biggest selling points in my opinion was the docking system. It is a wireless charger where when you are done using the mouse, you drop it onto the charger and it charges it wirelessly. I love my Viper Ultimate. I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10. And last but not certainly least, we have the Logitech GPRO Wireless. The GPRO Wireless is coming in as the heaviest mouse on our list at 80 grams. The GPRO Wireless is rocking the best sensor in my opinion. The Hero 25K sensor has been one of the most accurate that I have used. While playing games like Call of Duty, flicks on this mouse have always been the most accurate. Size wise, it's coming in at 125 millimeters long by 63.5 millimeters wide with a height of 40 millimeters. If you've got the lighting cranked up to maximum, it's going to last you about 2 days, 40-ish hours, and if you have no lights turned off, it's going to last you about 60 hours. Along with the Razer Viper Ultimate, this is an ambidextrous mouse, so you can put the buttons on the right-hand side if you are a left-hand player. I know some people aren't going to like this, but there is an add-on for $29.99 that turns this into a wireless charger for your GPRO, your G502, G703, and G903. Some people don't like it because you have to spend $129 on the mouse and then another $30 on this base stand, but I think it's worth it. I know I said I use my Model O for a majority of my gaming, but that was a lie. I use it probably for 70% of the gaming, and the other 30% of the gaming is done on my GPRO. It's tall, it fits in my hand very well if you have bigger hands, and it all around is just very comfortable. It's a different feel from the Model O Wireless, but it still feels great. Now let's cover the pricing on these bad boys. The Model O Wireless coming in at $79.99, the Razer Viper Ultimate at $99.99, and the GPRO coming in at $139.99. Now personally, I think if you're going for the best budget, going for the Model O wireless of course is going to be almost half the price of both of these mice, so it's a very safe bet to just go with the Model O wireless, get a good performing mouse for cheap. Now the Razer Viper Ultimate is normally at about $129, but lately it's been on sale for probably about 3 months now for $100, and at $100 for the wireless charging dock, the mouse itself, and all of the other goodies that it comes with, you really can't find a better mouse for a sub $100. And in my opinion, the GPRO is priced a little high, but that is for a reason. At $139, you're going to get one of the best sensors in the game. The shape is very unique. There's not many other mice that are shaped similar to it. It has very large surface areas for clicking. The scroll wheel is very pleasant to click on, as well as the side buttons are very tactile and are the best side buttons out of all of these mice. So I can see if you want to spend a little bit more money, get a lot nicer mouse, and of course, get that dock that we talked about for $30 to add with it. I think that is the best and most killer combo out of all of these guys. Now, I am not by any means a mouse professional, but this is just coming from an average consumer that uses gaming mice to play games and to stream with. Best bang for your budget, glorious Model O wireless, great mouse, highly recommended. I've heard there are some quality control issues, but I've owned 3 of these and my friends have a couple of them, and we've never had any issues with ours personally. Next up, we got the mid competitor, the Razer Viper Ultimate. This guy for $100, if you can find it on sale with the charging dock, is one of the best bang for bucks that you can honestly find for a nice gaming mouse that offers wireless charging and all the other features that we just talked about. And honestly, in my opinion, one of the most premium feeling is going to be the GPRO wireless. This guy paired up with the wireless charging dock is one of the most killer combos that I own. And just the shape of it, it's almost like an egg and it just fits in your palm, at least my palm, very nicely, and everything about this guy just works. This is honestly one of my favorites. And let's just say everything got blown up in this room. Aliens came and abducted it. I had no more gaming mice. I would probably buy the GPRO first, followed by the Model O second. I could live without the Razer Viper Ultimate. I like it. I use it more so for productivity than for anything else. It's just real short and squatty. And it's nice for video editing, but for playing games, I resort to these guys more often than not. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to smash that sub button and hit that like, and drop a comment down below and let me know what your favorite mouse is and which ones I should try out and which ones you're using. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.